I just jumped on, so give me 1 second. It's been a crazy day. I'm gonna just feed the dog real fast. But if you want to start with your questions, I'm gonna open the. Let me open the. My YouTube. That way I can see if there's any questions. Chip, stop. Hello. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm very disorganized today. Oh, there's Chip's gonna bark in like a second because he knows I'm live. Did I not go live? Can you guys see me? You should be able to see me. Okay, I can see myself now. I actually jumped on the right live. Okay, give me 1 second. All right. I'm just gonna give Chip this whole patty because he has not eaten all day. Go for it, bub. Okay. Hi, everybody. All right. I know it's a little chaotic today. This whole patty because he has not eaten all day. Go for it, bub. I gotta turn this off. Do you hear the? Okay. All right, I'm here. How's everybody? I've had a crazy day, which is great because I manifested a ton of shit today. One thing I want you to tell you, when you're really getting in like the mode, I'm gonna be looking down because right now, the way my phone's set up, I can't exactly see all of you. Like I can. Hey, Clover. I said a ton of shit today. But I can definitely see my computer. So like I like having my computer open so I can see. If any of you, Brittany, hi! If any of you ever want to like do, if any of you ever want to be a moderator, let me know, especially those of you that come all the time. Ticanis, oh, that's so sweet. Hi. I know, so it's a crazy day because today I manifested so many cool things, like, and it's because I'm telling you, the more that you practice just standing still and knowing you're God, that things are gonna work out for you, they fucking do. It gets so much easier. Like, you know who inspires me a lot and I love her to pieces is Manifesting with Kimberly, right? Like, she has mastered fucking states and I have too. Like, once you get it, and things get so much easier, I promise you. But Tikani says, how are you in Greek? Hello, hello. Brittany, if you were ever up for it, I would love to interview on the channel if you want to. You don't have to, obviously, but because you're such a great representation of like all the cool shit you manifested. You've got like all these awesome fucking followers and I heart you and I love you, but I would love to have you on sometime if you ever wanted to. You don't have to. Hello, Mama E. All right, so I'm looking down. Like, remember, it's not that I'm not looking into the camera. It's just that everything's below me. Do you guys like my hair? It's a little like messed up right now, but I got the beach waver curler. That thing is fucking amazing. By the way, that was another manifestation, but we'll see that for another day. Oh my God, yes, totally. Yeah, Brittany, I would love to have you on. Please DM me, we'll talk. I would love to like just jump on and talk one day in general, but we'll talk about that off the live. But guys, I'm telling you, like, I could cry because things have been going so well in my life lately. Like the synchronicities, which is basically a synchronicity is nothing more than a sign that you're in the state. Today was just such a crazy day. I've been meaning to upload videos and stuff, and I'm gonna do that afterwards, but I have like a coaching call right after this. And I'm going back to school like in a week or two. Like I manifested a scholarship and got like into this really cool program that like can pay bump me big time, like with my normal job. I love you, girl. Oh, you're so sweet. I would love to like just talk. Thank you guys. Yeah. So the one thing that the big message I want to have for you guys, I want you to start trusting that it's you, because I'm telling you, when you're really stepping in, like knowing who you are, and it's just about like being like, no, this is what's going to happen. I can't really describe it, but it's just this knowing, right? Like me knowing, guys, I'm not joking you. So my lease just renewed, okay? And they bumped up my rent by like a crazy amount of money, okay? And in my mind, I'm just like, no, my rent's going to stay about the same. And it did. Like a few things had to happen in the 3D, but I got like $1,000 off, which most people in my building, because I've been living here now almost 3 years. By the way, I manifested this fucking apartment. I'm living in my fucking dream apartment for like almost nothing because I manifested it that way. Thanks. I manifested $1,000 off when I re-signed my lease recently. Mind you, I only signed a 6-month lease because I kind of am debating where to move to. I also manifested like I'm gonna be doing like a job around the apartment building, which gets me like almost $250 off my rent. And today I was trying to manifest not paying for my storage unit this month, and I had to move everything. So my apartment, like I'm not joking you, I don't know if you guys can see it. There's crap everywhere because I have to get another storage unit. But I manifested this lady who's like, you know, she runs the apartment buildings, but normally she ain't always that nice to me. But it was just a belief I had. And recently my self-concept has changed so much that like people that I never even cared to change are so much nicer to me and like doing such great things. And I'm just excited. I'm telling you, I know sometimes manifestation can seem very complicated and it can seem tough. I'm hungry, by the way, so I will be eating an apple. Take it or leave it, guys. Take it or leave it. I want you to really start stepping into your power. It's so important because when you do, shit starts manifesting out of the blue. And I'm telling you, I had like 4 things manifest today. I had a sign, which I'm really excited about. The only thing I'm going to say has to do with my person, who we're already, you know, together, but something today was so solid that I was in the state and I was like, it was just crazy. Regardless of what I was trying to say to you, it doesn't matter if like your mind's trying to fuck with you. You just got to be like standing still, like, I'm going to get what I want and then just live in the end and then drop it. It's not about making it difficult or thinking that because of those thoughts or because of the triggers that you can't have what you want. Because I'm telling you, I've been caught up in chaos before where I still persisted and lived in the end, and I didn't even do it continuously. I would just do it here and there, and I still was able to shift to that state. But you should, anytime you think about it, like kind of be in a mental diet, right? Like you don't want to like spiral in it, but you allow it. There's a big difference. But regardless of that, let's get into the questions. Let's see how everyone's doing because I am rambling today. But honestly, today has been such a good day because I can see how I'm in a completely new reality and it's amazing. And it's just amazing. Okay, love her too. Love Kimberly. Yeah, Kimberly's a sweetheart. Hi there, new subscriber. My first live with you. Welcome, Mama E. Yeah, I'm learning. We love you too. Oh my God, yes, totally. Brittany, me too. LOL, loving. I already read that. Wow, I'm a little behind here. Very happy for you. Thank you. Thank you, Clover. Mine wants to go up 250. Why don't you manifest that it ain't gonna go up 250? It's gonna go down 250. Remember, it's your fucking reality. I'm not joking you. Guys, the other day I should have gotten a ticket. I don't know if y'all saw it. I didn't post the video on here yet. I'm going to. Because TikToks can be longer now, I'm able to like upload them as YouTubes, which like is wonderful because it's like I kind of get to do all the content at once. Regardless of the situation, the other day, if you don't know, if you didn't see the video, I got pulled over, okay, because I wasn't feeling well and I guess I swerved a little bit and the cop was following me for 2 lights and I had no freaking idea. And when he pulled me over, I was really nice. I was just like, oh, hi, officer. How can I help? You know, I always play stupid because I feel like that's just the best way to be. And he was like, did you realize you went like through a light? And not through a light, meaning like I sped through the light, like carelessly, meaning like you went through a light and I was following you and you didn't pull over. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, officer. I didn't realize you were following me. Like, I'm not feeling well. I have a headache, whatever. The guy was being like a total douche, if I'm being honest. He was even like pressuring me to like give him my ID. And then another cop came next to me like I was some fucking criminal. And I got so mad. And at one point he's like, what's that in your purse? Like he could see I had a state ID and I'm like, dude, it's like expired. Give me a second. I like looked at him and I'm like, give me a second. He's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, you're stressing me out. I like literally told the cop that. Regardless of the situation, he would have given me a ticket. But in my convictions, even though I was a little bit triggered and annoyed and pissed off, I stood still and I was like, this motherfucker's gonna let me go. He ain't giving me a ticket. Hell no, he's not. And I stood in that and I trusted that. And guess what? He gave me back. In Illinois, they ask you, like where I live, they'll ask you for like your insurance card and your driver's license. He gave my insurance card back, and that's usually a really good sign, because usually they need all your information to write it down to give you a ticket. And I was like, whoa, it's like a really good sign, right? Like, I actually already believed that, but that was me persisting, living the end. Oh, he's gonna let me go. Like, that's great. He gave me my insurance card back, goes back to the squad car, literally sits in the car for like 3 minutes, comes back and is like, you know, I'm not comfortable letting you go. And we basically talked it over, and I promised him I would like drive up the street. By the way, I live like a block away from where he pulled me over. So it's, you know, I had like a migraine. So I don't get them often, but I sometimes get them. Whatever. I pulled over, and then I was able to go home and then go to my appointment a little bit later. Regardless of the situation, of the situation, that should have been like, no joke, guys, with court costs and fees, that would have been like $600 or $700. But I stood still. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you get to a point after like all the shit you've been through that you just start trusting. And you do it enough, and it's just like it clicks. You know you're God. That doesn't mean you're not going to have moments and you don't forget, but it happens. Okay, enough of my rambling today, because I'm rambling a lot. What are your thoughts about actual psychics? Not tarot, but psychics. Had received a bad message and was waiting for the shoe to drop, and it did. So now I'm like, she was right. Also get scared about that from time to time. Okay, so remember, a psychic or medium or whoever you're going to can only reflect who you're being in the moment, meaning they can predict the future based off of who you're being, right? So if you were to go to them 5 minutes later, 2 hours later, 3 hours later, a week later, it's not going to be the same reading, because you are not in the same state. We're in and out of different states all the time, okay? The reason you fulfilled that prophecy is because you believed it would happen. You could have easily rejected it. Anytime I've gone to a psychic for fun, if I even do that now, I honestly only go if I'm like at a fucking bachelorette party, or, you know, for shits and giggles, like I'm with girlfriends and we're in some bunky town and there's like a psychic and they're like, I want to go. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. Let's just do this for fun. Anytime I hear something I don't like, I just reject it. I'm like, she's full of shit. She's me pushed out anyways. Doesn't matter. Right? Like, you get to choose. But why even waste your money on psychics, Dreher? See, I would rather take that money and put it towards a coach that actually, you don't have to go to me. I'm not saying you even need coaching. But here's the thing, guys. I want to be really real with you. Like, I know coaches say you don't need coaching. And while there is some truth in that, only if you're very perceptive and you know what the fuck is going on. Sometimes it helps to have someone on the outside that's more advanced than you and detached from your story, because they're literally you pushed out to help you. But just go to someone you trust. Don't go to like some random Joe Schmo just because they cost $100. Sometimes you're better off paying. I'm not saying, I understand some people are in tight financial situations and stuff like that, but sometimes you're better off paying like $150 for a good coach or $200 versus going to some Joe Schmo for $50 and they like don't do shit for you. But that's not to say that there aren't lower priced good coaches. And if you don't have the money, don't spend it. But you got to remember, if you have to be really real with yourself too about what's going on. A lot of people are not real with themselves about what's going on. You're in denial. Or sometimes you just don't know what you're doing wrong because you don't have enough experience. Like, I've been coaching people like continuously for 4 years and at a high level for over 2 years, because I've been on social media for 2 years. I started my TikTok almost 2 years ago. Not quite 2 years ago, but we're like right there, like within a month or two. I think like around end of April, May was when I've been 2 years. So I've been coaching people nonstop for 2 years. Okay. So I know how to, like, as soon as I hear someone talking, I know what the fuck to do. Like, I do it even with friends. I have friends that are coaches. I will not say their names. And even them, sometimes I will call them out and be like, you know better than that shit. And they're like, I know. Like, but we're all human and we all get caught up in shit. So regardless of the situation, that's all I'm trying to say. Okay, sometimes it's worth it to go to someone, especially if it's been like a while and you don't know what you're doing wrong and you don't know how to steer it. And here's the other thing, stop listening to so many damn people. That's where people really struggle. Like, when people go to too many people, they get confused and they don't know like what to do, because unfortunately there are a lot of people out there that just because they have, right, like a phone, they can go on TikTok and they can go on YouTube and they can go on Instagram and just start saying, regurgitating what people say. And then when push comes to shove, I'm not trying to be rude, but they don't know what the F to do. Like I've heard horror stories from clients that have spent like hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars on these people who are trying to turn a quick buck, and they're not giving them any results, or they didn't give them any insight. They're like, shit, this is something I could have just told myself. And I'm not saying that all people are like this, but I think like it's when you learn law of assumption and you love it, and in the beginning you're excited about it, I think people are excited to like coach, which is great. But I honestly don't think someone should coach someone unless they're able to put their shit aside, number one. Number two, able to actually cater to the client and help them, right? Because then you're literally not doing anything for them. And also have the experience to guide them in the right way. Because it's not about you, it's about them. And I've been on coaching calls myself. I always answer if it's family because that's just how I am. Regardless of the situation, back to the thing. Yeah, I've heard so many horror stories of people going to people that unfortunately were not at the level of, they're just not there yet, okay? So they shouldn't be coaching people. And there are people who are advanced too, but like you have to know how to listen, and you have to know how to give people what they need, right? Because it's never, ever about the coach. But I've been on coaching calls myself in the past where, because I've gone to coaches, I'm not going to sit here and lie. I still go to coaches. Like, yes, I have manifestation buddies. Yes, I have friends who are coaches. Yes, I have close girlfriends that I have made like into my little like minions, like meaning like I've made them so good at manifesting that they can help me when I need it sometimes. But sometimes I need like perspective or someone not so close to me, right? And I've paid the money and I've gone to someone. Even coaches need coaches. And if a coach tells you, I don't get coaching, they're full of fucking shit, because I have had coaches who are very big names, and I will never say their names because I love them to pieces, and it's just personal, right? Who have come to me sometimes for help, or they tell me that they've gone to someone else. It's normal. It's normal, okay? Because we're all human. And it's always easier to get a perspective from someone who is detached from the situation. Okay, I'm done rambling, but please, if you're gonna spend your money, go to somebody that's fucking worth it, and make sure that the coach is giving you good advice, period. That's it, okay? And don't follow too many people. That's where people get confused. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna get into this. And I really was on a rant today. Okay, what are your, okay, we already talked about psychics and why it happened and why it manifested. Also get scared about time. Okay, Darcy, what about time gets you scared? Don't want this when I'm on my deathbed. What do you mean, love? Like, I don't know what you mean. You gotta get a little bit more. I understand you might be afraid to share certain things, but you have all the time in the world. Time doesn't exist. It's a fucking illusion. A fucking illusion. And I will say that again, and I will say it again, and I will say it again. And I will say it again. I'm being very silly today. Have you guys ever had kombucha? And no, I'm not selling it. It's really good. It's Brew, what is this? Brew Dr. Kombucha Love. This is my favorite. And then there's this one by this other company. It's called Lavender Love. But okay, enough. I'm all over the place today. I need to change my beliefs about having ADD, because I used to think that back in the day. Okay. How do we stop our negative thinking? Or do you think, or thinking about a person who's sending negative energy your way? Okay, Mama E, number one, nobody can send you negative energy unless you think they can. No one can harm you unless you think they can. You need to change your beliefs about people being able to do things for you, because you're the only one with free will. And if you don't know what I mean by that, then you have to start understanding what everyone is you pushed out means. What does that actually mean? Everyone is you pushed out means that every single person, thing, and actually experience you have in your reality is nothing more than a belief you hold within yourself. Meaning your beliefs create your reality. So the way people are treating you is based off of your beliefs about people's race, about culture, about the government, about your boyfriend, about your family, about yourself. It's all a huge mirror. And if that doesn't make sense, then you're gonna have to ask me another question, okay? Let me get into this. Yes, the right coach isn't trying to keep you coming back. Exactly. Okay. I have so much like, it's Today's a goofy day. Yes, exactly. The right coach is not trying to keep you. And I tell everybody, can I tell you, like, it's not that I don't want repeat clients. Like, I love coaching. But when you spend the money and you actually come to me, you're going to come to me once or twice max. Sometimes there are people that buy coaching packages because they want accountability. That's way different. But most of my like people come to me like sometimes once, twice, and then I don't hear from them. And then when I do, it's like I'm married, I have a kid, I got everything I wanted, like, and I get so excited. Like I had one of my clients is now, well, I already knew her from before and we would talk, and I love her, and she's a content creator too. I'm not going to say who she is, but I can share the experience, right? She came to me at one point very confused and very afraid of her reality because things were moving very fast for her, and those were actually her bridge. And now she's living with her SP, had a baby with him, and super fucking happy, and I'm so happy for her, and it makes me so joyous to see that. I had another client turn around her circumstances. Her husband was like drinking. I will never use your name, so don't get, you know, if you know it's you, don't get upset. I'm not going to say your name, obviously, or too many details. I had one client, her kid was having issues at school, and I think two of her kids were having issues at school. One had like behavioral issues, if I remember correctly. One was diagnosed with something, and her husband was starting to like drink a lot, like borderline alcoholic. And I know now, because I spoke to her a while ago, and I don't know what the situation is now. She sometimes checks in. Her husband's fully recovered. Her kid's doing better. I think both kids are doing better. I think the one, it turned out not being what the doctor thought, and then the other one's, I think, behavioral issues reversed. It was something like that, to that extent, right? And things for her are going better. Like, these are the kind of stories I love hearing. Or the person that didn't have their specific person is now in contact with them, or they're dating, or they moved in. It's so wonderful to hear these kind of stories. Okay, back to this. Now, I promise, I will keep going. I'm telling you, I'm really all over the place today. Okay, I got scared from time to time, you know, getting older, just don't want this when I'm 80. Hold on. I think I missed a little bit. Okay. Okay, hold on. I did, but almost temporary. She read me the other time. Honey, do not go to guys, if you're going to go to a psychic, there's like one girl I can recommend off of TikTok. She actually knows law of assumption, and we've had conversations, and I trust her. Please do not go to anyone that does not understand law of assumption. A good psychic or medium will tell you, hey, this is what it's showing me right now, but that doesn't mean it can't be changed, because you ultimately create your reality. I've known that for years before I even knew law of assumption, because law of attraction pretty much tells you the same thing. It just, law of assumption puts in the everyone is you pushed out piece. Honestly, that's the only difference. But law of like one or whatever, I forgot, one of the universal laws is kind of the same thing, but we're not going to get into that right now, okay? But yeah, like, go to people that, if you're going to go to one in the future, go to someone who knows law of assumption. If not, don't. If I were you, I would rather spend my money on a coach than a psychic. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but it's like, why are you paying someone to just tell you what you're already predominantly thinking? They're just going to push out your beliefs. That's all they're doing. Now, if you go to a coach, they can actually give you insight and help you get what you want, or give you perspective on what to change and give you a game plan. At least a good coach, not a bad coach. Because I've been to coaches where they sit there. I've even been to really big coaches who were like really well-known. And I remember one coach just telling me, oh, you just need more patience. And I was like, really? That's it? Like, she gave me no perspective. It was like such a joke. And I paid a lot of money back then. And then there was another one where she kind of like encouraged me, and it was okay, but I didn't get shit out of it. Not shit. And this was like when I was like not as financially stable as I am now, but regardless of the situation. All right, Reiki healer, she was right about a lot of things. It's because she's you pushed out. That's the only reason why she was right about a lot of things. I mean, do whatever you want. It's up to you, but this is just my opinion, okay? The right coach isn't keeping you coming back. We already talked about that. I am like repeating myself today. SP situation, getting older. Just don't want this when I'm 80. I understand that feeling because I felt like that too before. But how old are you, darling? Like, you can't be that old. And even if you were in your 50s and 60s, who gives a fuck? You know what? Then fucking revise your age. Make it where you don't age anymore. You're permanent. Let's say, I don't know how old you are, but let's say maybe you're, and don't take it the wrong way if I say you're 42 or 50 or whatever. It doesn't matter what age you are, okay? Let's say you're 45 and you're afraid you're running out of time to have kids. That's a belief in itself, right? Women, a lot of women, my own grandmother, great-grandmother gave birth in her 50s because the women in my family are crazy fertile, and I believe that anyways. But regardless of the situation, why not, let's say you're 45 and you're afraid, right? We're just saying for that reason. Why not just fucking believe that you're fucking, I don't know, 30, forever 30, right? You're 45 and you're like, I'm 30. You can even revise your age to being 35. Be like, you know what? I forever look 29. I'm not saying that's the actual age you are, but we're just, having fun here, right? I look 29. On paper, it says I'm 35 and I'm as fertile as a fucking myrtle. I mean, in women in indigenous tribes, this is like real facts. Give birth till 65. Some of the women in their 50s and 60s are having sex with men in their 20s because they can. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there, right? It's your reality. Do whatever the fuck you want. You could be in a throuple. You could be a fucking sister wife. You could have 5 husbands. I don't judge because it's your reality. Do you, boo? Everybody, do you. Literally. Do what makes you happy. That doesn't mean hurt someone, right? Kill it. All those bad things we don't do in my reality. Or hurting children or touching children. No. And I'll leave that at that. That is not okay. Now, if that makes you happy, I'm going to manifest that people like that don't exist in my reality, but I don't even want to go on that whole topic. But regardless of the situation, yeah, that's it. I'm done. Okay, moving on. So really time is an illusion. It is. Love kombucha. I'm just really scared from time to time. Okay, we are jumping around down here. So let's see. I just got scared from time to time. It happens. We all have it. But that in those moments, I want you to start trusting yourself and be like, time doesn't exist. It's an illusion. I'm forever 29. I'm in the body of a 29-year-old no matter what a piece of paper fucking says. And then if you want, revise your age. I got to a point too recently and I'm like, I'm forever in the body of a 26-year-old. And on paper, I am this. And I chose that but I'm still pretty young anyways without all that shit. I'm still in my 30s, like early 30s, but whatever. Regardless of the situation, moving on. I've been on the journey manifesting SP for 2 years. Sometimes I want to give up. Okay, so my pep talk to you is, here's the thing, my love, yours truly. I don't know what the pep talk would be. Circumstances don't matter. Time doesn't matter. And of course you can still fucking get them back. We are always our own biggest obstacle. Okay. So I don't know if you feel exhausted or you feel like tired, that tells me that you have some beliefs in the way, either that it's going to take a long time or that it's hard, or I don't know. It's really hard to know where you're coming from. The pep talk's just going to be, bitch, you can do it. You can do anything. Bitch. Well, I'm not even calling you a bitch. You're not a bitch, but you get what I'm saying. Girl, you can do anything. Wake up. Now, guys, here's the thing. I can be your biggest cheerleader. Absolutely. That's what I'm here for. That's what the lives are for, to answer questions, right? But at the end of the day, if I don't have enough information, number one, and number two, I don't know what's going on, I can't help you shift it, right? But in situations like that, that's when I sometimes suggest that people should maybe consider getting coaching done. Just consider. I'm not saying you need it, because I don't know what's going on there and I don't know how to help you, because this is just like basically telling me I'm on the journey, 2 years, I want to give up. You want to give up because you're tired, and you're tired because you think it takes hard work and you think you need to put in a lot of effort. I'm telling you, that's not how you manifest. Manifestation is meant to be easy and effortless. And I know it doesn't feel like that when you're in like a shitty state. So if you're struggling with some of those issues, you need to start believing that it is possible and that you can do anything, because you fucking can. And I would love to help you if you want it. If you want help, link is in my bio. I would love to go deeper, but that's all you gave me to work with. So there's not much to go off there, right? But you can do it, and you shouldn't give up, and you should never fucking give up, okay? Period, point blank. All right, let's go into this. This was, my Sil makes her own kombucha. I tried it and just can't get into the taste. You know what? These are actually really good. Like, they have like kind of like a more bubbly kind of taste. Like, this one doesn't really taste like much. This one is, I don't know how to explain. It's lavender. It's got lavender. That's why I fucking love it. I'm telling you, I'm a huge lavender. There's one called Lavender Love that I love too. I just really like lavender bubbly kombucha. It helps with your stomach too. Okay. Let me look at this. But yeah, I would love to learn how to make kombucha. I have a friend that I met years ago, or an acquaintance when I was in Hawaii, and she had a love of making kombucha, and she now owns this huge company. And when we met, she was like crazy young. She was like 18 or 19. And now the girl's like in her mid 20s, and she's fucking crushing it. Like, she lives in the UK, but I'm so happy for her, regardless of the situation. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Exactly. Remember, you can always say, okay, even if you're listening to a coach that you think is like okay, and you hear something you like, you could be like, that's for me, that's not for me. Do you see what I'm saying? When people started talking about the ban, oh my God, the ban, TikTok ban, people were up in arms, and it was so sad to watch all the videos going on. But I just sat there. Could I have been triggered? Hell yeah. I could have been. I have like a ton of followers on TikTok. I have over like 150,000 followers and growing every day. I could have been like, no, I didn't give a fuck. Can I be honest? Even if that platform goes anywhere, who gives a fuck? Number one. Number two, it's not going anywhere because I fucking said so. I'm standing strong in the conviction. I don't care. Anytime a video like that pops up, I just ignore it. I mean, look what happened to me the other day with the cop. Guys, when you really start standing still and knowing your fucking God, there's a reason it says stand still and know your God. Things just happen to work out for you. I've been doing that with a lot of shit in my reality, and I'm telling you, shit manifests instantly. That's all you really need to know. That's all you really need to do. Just make up your mind about something and be like, that's happening. And if you just do that, you don't even have, that's living in the end. Just deciding and feeling it. Just feeling complete, like, oh, it's going to happen. It's mine. It happens. I don't even have to affirm sometimes or imagine. Just letting you know. Not that it isn't fun to do those things, it is, but when you have that strong of a conviction, it helps. All right, here I am. Hi, LaFleur. You're welcome. Okay, let's go back to this. There's some more in here. Accepting or surrendering, allowing the universe to do its thing. How does this relate to creating and manifesting? So to just be is not manifesting? I don't know what you're talking about. There's a big difference between accepting and surrendering. Huge difference, right? So accepting is accepting your 3D for what it is. Accepting what you've created. You're not supposed to reject anything. You could, there's a difference between rejecting and running away from, okay? And I don't like for people to reject what's happening in their 3D because it's you. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't want to fight what's you too. That doesn't mean you can't revise it. You, instead of reject, choose something better, okay? I prefer accepting because when you're accepting, you're not in a fighting mode. You're in a calm mode because you know things are working out for you. Think about it. The version of you that doesn't have what you want is rejecting shit, is fighting shit, is getting mad, is getting frustrated, is checking the 3D, is stalking people's pages, is driving past people's houses, is trying to manipulate things. The version of you that has what you want is accepting, is allowing, is trusts, and chooses something different. There's a big difference in energy, and if you don't know what that is, then you got to ask yourself, what would the version of me that has this be doing, thinking, and feeling? Would they really be doing that? No, they would not be. And surrendering is surrendering to what is happening, meaning surrendering is also allowing it to be, right? Even the mess that you created that you don't like, it's you anyway. You don't reject it. You don't get mad at it. You just say, you know what? Okay, I accept that I created this, but now I'm going to choose something better, right? It's not about being in denial. Like, oh, there's no blue elephant. No, there's no blue elephant. No. It's like, okay, I created the blue elephant. I didn't want the blue elephant there. Now I'm going to create a reality where there's no blue elephant. And it's just me and my chimpanzee, right? You and your SP. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what a third party is for a lot of people. Oh, third party, third party, third party. And then they're so fucking fixated on the third party, they can't get rid of them. Sometimes people think that like fixating on the problem is going to get you there. In reality, it does the opposite because it keeps triggering you. What's best to do when something's there that you don't like is just accept that it's there. Be like, okay, it's there, fine. And then choose something different. Stop getting mad at the reflection. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the difference between accepting, surrendering, and allowing. And the other thing, surrendering, is letting things happen the way they want to. They need to. They want to. A lot of people try to control their fucking manifestations. Like they're sitting there and they're like backseat fucking Uber drivers. Like the Uber driver is trying to take you. Think of manifestation. I've done a video on this before and I will say it again. And I think it's one of the best analogies. You're jumping in an Uber and you're going 20 minutes away, right? You're going to the airport. I live close to the airport here where I live. It's 15 minutes away, right? And the Uber driver is expected to get me there in 11 minutes. But because I start doubting that they can get me there, oh, can you turn right here? You know what? You start looking at your watch, you start panicking, you start telling the Uber driver what to do. And then the Uber driver's like, what are you doing? And then instead of getting you there in 11 minutes or 12 minutes, the Uber driver gets you there in 54 minutes because by you turning right, guess what? You just got blocked by a damn train that's broken. And now you got to wait till they come fix the train, or you're next to one of those freight trains that's there for an hour. I live in the Midwest, so there's a lot of trains here, especially freight trains. Sometimes those are the worst. But like what would have taken you 11 minutes now took you 52. Do you see what I'm saying? If you are constantly trying to control your manifestation, guess what? Number one, you're not living in the state. You fell out of the state, and that's okay, but you got to get back into the state. One of the best things you can learn on this journey is just learning to allow and trust. Like just let things fucking unfold. And if you don't feel comfortable in that and you feel like you need to control it, then you should not be manifesting your whatever. You need to take a break and you need to work on your self-concept. When people come to me and they're super anxious or they're trying to control things, manipulate things, stalking, all that stuff, I'm just like, we're going to work on self-concept. You are taking a break. Like that's almost a mandatory thing I do. We are going to work on your self-concept for a month, 2 weeks, depending on where they're at and where their head is, if it's in the toilet or not. Like if it's really in the toilet, take a break. Start feeling comfortable with who you are instead of trying to manifest something you're super attached to, because that's going to trigger the fuck out of you because you're in the wrong state. First, let's shift your beliefs about, and some people can do two things at once. They can. Some clients can. I'm not going to say people can't. They can. But sometimes you need to take a little fucking break, work on your self-concept, start understanding it's all you, right? Trust that it's working in your favor. Trust to like let go. The only reason people hold on tight is because they think they're not going to get what they want, period. So that's the difference between everything. I don't know if that completely answered your question, but you do just have to let things be. Your only job is to go there in your mind. That's it. If you're meant to call them or hang out with them or run into them, that will happen naturally. You will not force it. Okay? That's how it happens. You cannot control your bridge of incidents. You're not meant to. You're not supposed to know how this fucking pans out. You're not supposed to know if it happens tomorrow, next week, or in 2 months from now. That's just not how this goes. And usually, here's the truth, all manifestation is instant. And usually when you've set it in motion, it happens pretty quick. Meaning it'll take less than like a month. I would say a week generally. Okay? So let's go down to this. I know there's a lot. Sarah from the Bible was old and gave birth. There was a story about it. See? The power of I am. I wouldn't even want to be old. I don't believe I'm going to age at all. So, damn, Maria, you were on point on some things. Thanks. I'm going to reach out to you for sure. Guys, if you ever need more help, remember, a live can only help you so much because you're probably only comfortable telling me so much. And plus, like, I can only see a little bit. And some of y'all aren't transparent in what you're telling me. You only tell me like a little bit. And then when I'm on a call, I'm like, well, why didn't you mention that? Or sometimes they're telling me one thing and I know it's something completely different. And I call them out and I'm like, come on, let's stop bullshitting me. Like, what's really fucking going on here? Okay. I gotta look at time because I've only got like maybe another 20 minutes. Then I gotta let you go and I gotta eat and then I gotta jump on a call. Okay, and then I gotta go work out. Today is like, guys, nonstop. Like, I had to drive a family member to an appointment. I got home. I barely got to hang out with the dog. I had like all this work stuff I wanted to do. I wanted to upload videos and I haven't gotten around to any of that. I will later tonight when I'm done with everything, but like, it's just been a whirlwind. The whole day's been a whirlwind. I had to empty out my storage unit and then I had to get everything out and then I had to like put out my patio furniture. It's been one of those days. Okay. Let's go back to this. Okay, I'm seeing, sorry. Well, I already knew about Peter. I'm sorry again, Peter. Thanks for coming though. I'm happy you're here. Let's look. Thanks for the explanation. You're welcome. 40 is the new 20. Yes, it is, but I would prefer to look 20 forever. I'm going to forever look 26. This has to be BBL for me because I'm manifesting age change. There you go. It is your BBL. Remember, if you want to know if it's BBL or not, just say it fucking is because it is whatever you think it is. Remember, signs don't precede, they follow, meaning that means you're in the fucking state. Like today, when I saw the big sign right fucking in front of me about my person that I was excited about because I know this is really amazing, but I'll tell you more about it when it's time or when I'm comfortable sharing. Sometimes I'm not comfortable sharing certain things because it involves other people. I just like, I giggled and I was like, of course this is happening. Like, why the fuck wouldn't it? Like, I was like, I'm in the state, perfect. And I've been staying in this state and I just trust that. And I even if a fear pops up, I'm just like, doesn't matter. I'm in the state. It's done. It's done. Okay. Accepting and surrendering. We talked about all this. Sarah from the Bible was old. Yeah, gave birth. Damn, Maria. Okay, we already went through all this. I don't know why it keeps going up. It's okay. A day or two, just chill out for a bit. Then get back to the rock star you are. Hey, Peter. How are you? Nice to see you. I'm a little bit behind here. I'm conflicted on how to focus on myself when what I want is to choose the addiction and to be mentally stable and healed. Okay, so you can manifest both things at once if you want. I don't know where you are in the journey, Ashley. I would say I have two videos I want you to go watch, okay? On my YouTube, I have a video called, so you've been why manifesting your specific person is keeping you from them. Okay, go watch that. And I have a really good podcast called Why Taking a Break. Why Taking a Break is Important or something. I forgot what it's called. I made it like 2 years ago, but it's still really good and relevant. I would listen to those two to help you, okay? So just so I don't like go into the whole spiel all over again. I like having those videos to reference because it's just easy to help you guys that way. Okay, so one thing I want you guys to know, okay, so an addiction, like when you have an SP that has an addiction, that's a third party. People don't realize that, but it is because they can't fully show up for you because they're dealing with their own emotional turmoil. So the goal there would be, I would just imagine them being healed. I wouldn't entertain that story anymore. So you can imagine them holding a chip, right? Depending, like an AA chip, or you can imagine you can revise that they never had an addiction at all. That's kind of up to you, okay? So you can always fix that, but you can't keep telling people, and it's okay that you shared it with me, of course, right? Like the whole point of telling me is so I can help you, give you perspective on it. But from now on, Ashley, anytime you think about them, just imagine they're healed or imagine them that they go to AA, whatever works best for you, or revise that they never had an issue in the first place, okay? Hey, LaFleur, what's up? You guys are funny. Struggling with my manifestation, super frustrating. Okay, so I did our challenge of finding peace. By the way, I did the challenge too. I did find peace because I've been living in, I found peace without even wanting to. Like, I swear to God, I didn't purposely try to do it, and I've been finding such peace lately. But we're going to continue the peace challenge for another week, okay? So I did our challenge of finding peace, and let me tell you, I was affirming robotically all week. Let's just say I got some major movement with peace. Congratulations! Woo! So that is, I'm telling you, like, Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. We'll have to make like a dance or something, like where we all just get excited. I am gonna announce, you guys, not that I'm not gonna do lives every week. Monday is like for sure. I'm gonna try to do like another live on YouTube. It'll be sporadic. I'll let you know like another day ahead or whatever, but I am gonna start a membership very soon. I don't know if I'm gonna have like 2 tiers of membership, but I'm gonna start one. It's gonna be like a live, but we're gonna do other stuff in it. So I'm gonna ask you guys what you're comfortable with spending, probably like on a poll, just so I know. And this group will be hopefully a great support group for any of you that wanna join. It'll be additional support in addition to what's going on. Okay, what's something to start off manifesting as a beginner? If you're a beginner, go get, I don't know what you've watched or what you don't know. A good book is, people say, The Law and the Promise is a good book because in there Neville gives you examples. If you don't know who Neville Goddard is and you're still kind of just barely touching this, then just go watch The Secret. I know a lot of coaches are like, but that's law of attraction, doesn't matter. It's still a very good place to start, okay? Another great book to get is The Magic. That is like, honestly, when I didn't know Neville and I would fucking do that book, I always had fucking huge miracles in my life because it has you come from a place of gratitude. And what is gratitude? That's you living in the fucking end, okay? Like I always tell people that book is like, it works miracles. And I always make my beginner clients, people that come to me, get that book, okay? So Peter, that's awesome, LaFleur. I didn't move on, but my dad passed away 2 days ago. Sorry again for that. Peter, I would just focus right now on just being at like, do what you need to do. And hey, it doesn't hurt to go to a therapist or anything like that, right? Remember, just because you're manifesting doesn't mean you're not human, and it doesn't hurt to talk to someone that can help you through that, okay? Whether it's friends, family, or a licensed professional. I'm always a huge advocate for that, okay? Mama E, manifest a free cup of coffee or finding $1. Yeah, you can do that too. You can make the list. I have a video on that. Okay, this is a lot of talking back and forth. Okay, totally up to you. You're a creator. Yes, you are. Peter, I should have said on how to go by the first steps. Okay, Mama E, gotta clear up. Okay, my condolences, Peter. Okay, let's go up here because this isn't really... Okay. Can you manifest them not being attracted sexually or mentally to any woman but you? Yes. I know people that have done that. I actually know someone who successfully was able to manifest someone into their life. Sorry, it's really loud. Give me 1 second. Do you guys hear it? I can't hear myself talk. There's a lot of kids in my building and they're really cute. Sometimes they're super loud, but I need to manifest that they're not. For some reason, they like to run up and down my hallway. Okay. Oh, I think it's these people down the hall. Okay, let's go back to this. Let's look. Hold on, guys, because it's getting kind of ridiculous. Ooh, my foot fell asleep. All right, they left. Yay, I manifested them away. Ouch. Oh, okay. Yay, I manifested them away. Okay, come on, Chip. All right. There was a question here. Can you oh yeah, you can manifest them. I was telling you a story about someone I know. So there's this, hold on. I need to look at time because okay, we still got a little time left. I think I got like 10 more minutes. Like I said, I gotta eat and I gotta post a video. So there is someone I know really well. She was like a manifestation buddy of mine. And I had never thought of this. And a while back, she had stated that she manifested her SP, that she manifested nobody being attracted to her SP but her. So you can make it that like no one else wants to be with your SP but you. So yes, you can do that. It's your reality. You can do whatever you want. Okay? Use the affirmation, SP and I have a strong emotional and physical attraction. There's nobody else. I would just say I'm the only person in the world that wants to date my person, that loves my person, wants to be with them. And then you could say the same for them. Right? There you go. Boom. Nobody is attracted to my SP but me. Like, there you go. Boom. My SP isn't attracted to anybody but me. Period. Okay. I feel so good, and it's nothing material, but internally I feel a shift. I'm so happy for you. Let's continue that challenge for another week. I can't always tell how many of you are on this live at like, whatever, I don't even pay attention to numbers, it doesn't matter. Okay, the magic book from the same author as A Secret Yes. I actually recommend that book. First, hold on, I might actually go close the door down the hall. Hold on, guys. I'm back. Okay, come here. I had to close. There's doors at the end of my hallway. Come up. Come up. Ugh. Chip likes to sit on my lap when I do lives. It's like our thing. Okay. The magic book, the same as The Secret. Yes, I actually recommend the magic book more than the secret book. I just think it's better, but. And I honestly don't feel like there's any conflicting information in there. It tells you to live from the end, and it gives you a lot of options. And if you like scripting, it's a great book to script to. I should probably make my own magic book. You know what? I'm going to. I'm going to call it something. I got to make up I would love to have like a book like that for you guys, like a scripting book or a planner or something. I've thought about doing that, and I will work on that. And I'm working on a course, okay? Just so you guys know, I am working on a course. So that will be coming out shortly too. I just need to set aside the time. It's just this last week has been kind of crazy. It's just about prioritizing. Plus I'm like on a health kick, so that's obviously a huge importance. Good thing, you know what the great thing was today? I got to take out my patio furniture. I got to take out my whole storage unit, which took me a while, but I also got a workout out of it. So now I only have to do like 20 or 30 minutes of walking, and I'm like set for the day. Okay. I don't know why, but Suri is gonna, I feel like that happens to Kim all the time on her lives. And now it's starting to happen to me. Okay. Let me tell you, I started firming that and a random guy I talked to is telling me I can't talk to any girl except you. I want to do my best with you too. Oh, that's awesome. Dude, my self-concept, I'm not joking, you guys, is so on fire lately that I went out with a girlfriend a couple days ago, and I have an SP, I'm not trying to meet anyone, and we're together, we're together. And so I'm out with a friend at the casino, and this like guy stops me. Like we're like doing something, and this man stops me and is like, "You are like amazing." And he was just like telling me what a prize I was and how beautiful I was, and he wanted to buy me a drink, and I was like, I shouldn't, and I told him why. And he's like, "No, I just want to buy you a drink. I just want to talk to you." And then he like was like, "How are you not married yet? You are just so amazing." And you're so gorgeous. Like, he was like really filling my cup. Like, and I just like listening to it. I'm like, thank you, thank you. And we had a conversation, you know, like I can talk to other men. I don't give a fuck. I obviously would never do anything, but it was just, people have been reflecting that back to me a lot. Like, men will just stop me out of nowhere and be like, it doesn't matter if they're like 18 years old or like 80. Like, I get stopped by like plenty of people being like, you're so gorgeous. You're so, you know, like, you're so amazing. You just have this aura. You just have this energy. And I was like, thanks. That's what happens when you truly start believing. Like, I just believe I'm super important. There's nobody better than me. I am the fucking competition. People fucking run to me. They want to be with me. They either want to be me or be with me. Like, when you have that kind of attitude and you're just confident, like, shit, I'm telling you, people treat you very differently. Why not believe the best about yourself? The only reason you don't is because you have a belief about all the bad stuff. Here's the thing, guys. You have manifested everything in your fucking reality. Everything. Everything. Even the shit you don't want. That's how fucking powerful you are. Use that as your fucking proof to manifest what you want. Be like, wow, I was so delusional that I was like not that great and I couldn't do this. That's exactly what I manifested. That's your fucking proof. Period. Okay. How do we handle break away from our negative thinking? What do you mean? You don't try to break away from it. You just refocus your mind. You just have to recognize it for an old story. Like, okay, so let's say because this has happened to me too. And like, I'm telling you, we all have negative thoughts because we're human. You're going to have a little bit of resistance before you get into the state. It's like completely natural and normal. So let's say I'm trying to manifest, I don't want to use myself as an example. Let's say you're with your SP, you're kind of seeing each other, but you're manifesting getting engaged. Okay, we're just saying hypothetically. And you're living in the end of them proposing. And in your mind, you're like, he's been a bachelor his whole life. He's not going to marry you. You're not good enough. What if he leaves you for that third party again? Whatever your brain starts saying. You don't fight it. You just allow it. You let it happen. And you're like, okay. And you accept it for what it is. And if you're feeling any kind of emotion of it, just feel it. And then just be like, that's just the old story. That's just 0.1% of what's possible. There's like a gajillion other possibilities. I'm choosing this. And then focus your attention on what you want. Then you're going to be like, I'm amazing. I'm goddamn gorgeous. I am the competition. Nobody would ever choose anyone but me. Of course they want to be married to me, because the reason they were a bachelor that long is because I wasn't around. I'm the only one they want to commit to. I'm amazing. I'm enough. I'm confident. I'm important. I'm chosen. I'm the exception to the rule. I'm the woman he only wants to be with for the rest of his life. And then you just start going, he's crazy in love with me. We're happily engaged. We're moving in together. We have this incredible life. Everything's perfect. I have this great self-concept, and this is just all happening so easily, right? That's you living in the end. So negative thoughts are going to come up. It's not about breaking away from them. It's just about allowing them and then shifting. Not meaning allowing and stewing in them, meaning in the moment when they're happening, just like, okay, and then refocusing, right? You allow it to happen. You accept it. You don't fight against it. You don't get mad at it. You're just like, okay, cool. You allow yourself to feel it, and then you refocus. That's all it is. I don't know if that answers your question. Question, do I keep relaying my visualization nightly and stop looking for the how? Yes, you do. Yes. Okay, so you need to change your beliefs about the how, and you need to just trust. You need to have faith. So you need to change your self-concept about your faith, okay? Work on that too. Yes, I'm radically affirming. I'm always and find peace within myself and everything around me. That's awesome. I like that. I said something similar. I think I just said I always just say I'm peaceful, I trust, I have everything. But yeah, you can do that too. Absolutely. Peter, I would do that too. I know your dad recently passed. Maybe just start believing that you're at peace with what's happened, and you know you can change anything when you want to and if you want to. I'm not saying you have to, but it would help. And I know in the beginning it's kind of tough because you got to feel those emotions too. So, you got to do the best you can. But that doesn't mean you can't change it. And that doesn't mean you can't find peace with it sooner if you choose to embody that state, okay? But trust and do what you need to do in the 3D. All day it feels good because I don't have time to think negative. That's great. All right. Affirming that you're irresistible is no joke. I know! I've been saying I'm irresistible and I'm irreplaceable. And Darcy, it's funny, Jerkar, it's funny that you said that word because that's what I've been using. Okay, I'm done, almost. Like I said, because I have that call soon, I can't be on. I can give you guys like a few more minutes and then I gotta go eat. I don't know if I want to eat my tuna sandwich from Panera or if I want to like make something else. But I'm starving right now, so I think I'm just gonna shove it down my throat. No joke. And I have my apple, obviously, that I've barely looked at. Okay, robotic affirming is just to block out the negative thoughts. I just affirm the same thing. Yeah, I've done that too. There's nothing wrong with robotic affirming, but do not try to fight the thoughts. Remember, allow. LaFleur, the more you're afraid of them, the more they're gonna happen. Because when the thought comes up and you're like, it's almost like you're believing it. Do you see what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with feeling fear, but when you like panic, it's different. It's one thing to feel fear and then just allow. Do you see what I'm saying? If you're feeling, like, let's say you're thinking you're not good enough and you're like, I can't think that, I'm good enough, I'm good enough, I'm good enough. There's nothing wrong with affirming, but before you do that, I need you to allow it, okay? So when it comes up, feel it, allow it, be like, sure, that's one possibility. That's the old story. You can laugh it off, that's fine. Feel it, don't run away from it. Don't deny it. Don't fight it. And then choose the other. Then you would do, I'm good enough. I'm good enough. I'm good enough. Do you see what I'm saying? Because that keeps people stuck too, just so you know. Or you could just, next time it happens, be like, old story. I know I'm good enough. And you could just stand in that conviction. You don't even need to affirm. You could just know you're good enough and you're not those things. That would work too. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna try that. Me too. Another guy. I told I'm a goddess, and it smelled like heaven. I was like, oh my god. And also the new Cleopatra. That's awesome. We love you, Maria. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. I'm sure our little community will grow. We're getting a little bit bigger. I don't even know how many people are on right now. It doesn't matter. I love you too. Just know I will be here next week. Also know that I will be doing a membership very soon. I think I will start that next week. Or there's a Joe Dispenza event I'm manifesting going to, so maybe after that. I'm having to curve people at work now. I'm like, you're so welcome, guys. Okay, just remember next week, 8 o'clock. I know it's a few minutes late, but don't freak out. I'm human. Have a good night. Don't forget to stay in the peace challenge too. I want you guys, let's work on self-concept about trusting who we are, being in peace, and remembering who we are, and that everything is easy and effortless. Okay, so let's just be at peace knowing that everything is working in our favor. Let's just say that one thing at a time, right? Not everything. All right, have a great evening, and I will see you all next week. And here's a good question before I get off. Would you guys want,
I don't understand.
Do any of you want to be moderators? If you do, please let me know, because right now we're not at a point that I'm going to need it, like in the immediate future, but probably eventually in a month or two, I will need moderators. So if any of you want to be a moderator and you're going to come every week, I would love to have some moderators. Just DM me on Instagram or TikTok, okay? But it's just, I want it to be someone that's going to be consistent, okay? That's it. You would just help monitor like some of the questions. That's about it. And then maybe we'll have like a group that we meet up, like the moderators, maybe we'll meet up like once a week, once every 2 weeks, and have a little discussion. But yeah, let me know. And I'm also, are you guys interested in the in a membership group if I was to do that? Are you guys more interested in like a YouTube membership or a Facebook membership? What do you think is better? That's the last question, and then I'm going to jump off. I don't have those. I'll email you. Please email me, LaFleur. That's fine. My email is in my TikTok if you can't find it. Membership for me? Okay, yeah, I think YouTube's better. I've been staying away from Facebook because I feel like Facebook groups can get so toxic. unless I have really good moderators. And it's just, I'm afraid to start a Facebook group because I know it'll grow really big. And I feel like it's going to be a lot of time. But it is something to think about, you know? YouTube. Yeah, I'll just probably do a YouTube. I've never been a big fan of, I've never been a big fan of Facebook groups. While they are wonderful and they can help people, I just feel like, unless it's like the Facebook group is part of the membership group, maybe I can figure some way to do that. Okay. Much love. Good night. And don't forget to stay at peace, knowing that everything is working in your favor and finding that peace within yourself, okay? And we'll eventually talk about, like, when I start the group, I want to make a course on, like, standing still and knowing your God. Like, I think that's so important. Okay, love you guys. Bye.